you who have made the some of you a very long trip to join us here at this incredible elementary school. We appreciate Principal McNaughton, who is here hosting us today, and members of the school district here. Thank you so much for hosting us and joining us. I do have to tell you just a little background. This is the third time we've tried to come here to this school over the past year, and we finally made it. Although it seems like every time we try to get here, something happens. So for those of you that got stuck in Provo Canyon, we're glad you're here. We know we have a couple that are joining us because they also got stuck in the closure and the traffic there, and they will be here shortly. So my apologies for starting a little late, but we did that so we could get as many people here as possible. We've also postponed this one once before, just a few weeks ago because of a problem in Parley's Canyon. But I don't. The fact that we postponed it doesn't mean it's less important. In fact, this is the most important bill signing we're doing, even though it's at the end of our bill signing period, or our ceremonial bill signing period. And so I so appreciate members of the media who are here with us to really highlight the incredible things that are happening in the education. That's why we do this. Education is a top priority for Lieutenant Governor Henderson and I. As we were campaigning, we talked about how important education is to our state, and several of those priorities that we were hoping to get done, working to get done, actually got done this year. I cannot thank the legislature enough for their leadership, for just for their tireless effort and work to secure more funding for education and to make the changes necessary to keep and improve our incredible education system here. I want to thank Superintendent Dixon, who is here with us as well. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for your leadership. We're very excited. So we have a bunch of bills to sign today, so we're going to move through these as quickly as possible. As I always do, for those who haven't joined us, I like to remind legislators that your bills already passed, and I've already signed them. They are the law, and so you don't need to convince us that they need to be signed. But this is an opportunity really to highlight the people who helped to get this across the finish line, and to share anything that is important to you about this bill and about the bill that you worked on. So we'll go ahead and start. I know we have Representative Spendlove coming in just a second, so we're going to delay his just a moment. We have some amazing kindergartners here with us, and they're going to take a picture when we get to that all-day kindergarten bill, but we're going to sign just one or two before he gets here, and then we'll bring them up. So I think the first one we're going to sign is HB 2, public education budget amendments, and this was part of the big budget bills. We have a Representative Susan Pulsifer, and who was the bill sponsor. The floor sponsor was Senator Lincoln Fillmore, and we would invite you up. And then again, anybody that you would like to come up for the signing of this one. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about the bill and anything you'd like us to know.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I was mentioning to someone as we walked in, it's always a good day to be in a school. It's just so great. The thing that we were really excited about this year is that we tried to appropriate the money to schools. We tried to appropriate it in a way that allowed a lot of flexibility for districts and schools to decide what would best help students. And I learned in my education career that we have some really brilliant people in schools and in classrooms, and that if we can let them have a little bit of flexibility to do their job, they do a great job. And so that's what we were trying to do. I mean, as a legislator, I could say, well, I know how you should spend your money, but I think you know how to spend your money better than I know how to spend the money, and to have great outcomes for students. So that is the exciting part of House Bill 2.
Thank you. Yeah, we're really proud of the flexibility we offer to schools. I just want to thank all the members of the Public Education Appropriations Committee. This bill has our name on it, but it is the work of the 18 or so legislators that sit on that committee, deep diving into the education budget and figuring out how we can give schools not only the largest funding increase in the state's history, but a massive increase in unrestricted funding to schools. And we're really proud of that.
I think over $700 million total in K-12 education funding. Again, a record year. So congratulations. Representative, I'm going to give you that. That too. And I'm going to hold this for the picture. All right. Yeah. Awesome. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. We're 102. Okay. We're just working our way through these in a little different order than we had planned. Okay. Higher education residency amendments. The chief sponsor was Representative Jordan Tusher, and the Senate sponsor was Senator Dan McKay. Senator McKay? And anybody you'd like to come up with this one? Yeah, go ahead and say something. And
Something.
anything you would like.
Yep. Well, thank you. I'm very proud to have worked with Representative Tusher on this bill. They say that America is the land of opportunity. And I think in a lot of ways, House Bill 102 extends that opportunity even further into our refugee communities to make it possible so they can qualify for in-state tuition. And I think that alone is a significant hand to help our refugee community even greater than they are. And the one thing I think this also does is it communicates that Utah is open to our refugee community and wants to be part of and helpful to our refugees as well. So thank you very much, Governor, for working with us on this as well.
Thank you. And I know we have some people that are here for this one as well. We have our friends from One Refugee who are here. We have some of our refugee community here. Raymond, thank you for joining us. And please come up. Anybody that is involved in this one. Luna, thank you. Come join us, ladies. Yeah.
More pictures together. I know, we need more pictures.
If I might, we were talking earlier about how some of the controversial bills get a lot of attention, and a bill like this passed unanimously in the state of Utah at a time when, again, we see so much divisiveness out there. I wish these were the bills that got all of the attention because I think they deserve it. So, Senator, congratulations. Let's take a picture together. Awesome. Well done.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, next up, we're going to do HB 308, school grading modifications. The chief sponsor was Doug Welton, and the Senate sponsor was Scott Sandel. I don't think either of them are here, so I'm going to talk just a little bit about this bill. This was something that we were very passionate about, and that is changing the way that we do accountability in our schools. Now, we believe that school accountability is very important and that we should be giving parents and families insight into what is happening in all of our community schools. We didn't think that school grading accomplished that. In fact, I think it did the exact opposite. It tried to become a far too simple way of trying to convey something that may or may not have been true about a school. And so getting rid of school grading, but increasing the dashboard that every parent can see what is happening in different subjects in different areas of that school so that they can make those good decisions about what is happening there. I think that's a better way to have school accountability. And I know it's one that our teachers, our schools, our superintendents all supported this bill. And we were grateful to have that change made. So if I could ask Sid and any of her team that are here to come up and join us for this one. Any legislators that want to come up and get another picture with us, we would love to have you in this one. This was a big and momentous one. And I know a lot of you worked really hard to do this, and really proud of this change. So thank you. Yeah, Dave, Principal McNaughton, do you want to come join us? This impacts your school.
We have 3 legislators that are just sitting back there.
Yeah, I don't know if they didn't vote for it, but we'd love to have them come up. So we have even more. Thanks.
Feels wrong.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, Wilcox too.
Tell Ryan to come join us.
Ryan
Wilcox, come up here. You make this picture so much better.
Oh, here's Robert.
He walked in sideways. I didn't see him. Yeah.
Old Robert couldn't fit.
Go that way.
Maybe we do two layers here, where maybe some of our
I'll
vertically
go.
challenged
Sure.
front. And
We'll let Senator McKay arrange us for this photograph. So can we layer up just a little? Find a window.
makes a better picture.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Well done. Yeah, I did, sorry. Okay, now a moment that some of you have been waiting for, a long time in the making. HB 477, full day kindergarten amendments. Chief sponsor, Representative Robert Spendlove. Senate sponsor, Senator Kirk Collimore. Representative Spendlove, love to have you come up, and anybody else that you want. I know we have lots of people who have worked on this one. I think we have an extra copy. You did. We were waiting for you, so. We know. We're so sorry about that. Representative, go ahead and take the microphone. Share just a little bit about this bill, why it's important, and anything else you'd like us to know.
Oh, and it's great. We have a good group of helpers with us too.
It's our kindergarten class.
Oh, nice. So, and while they're doing that, I'll just give a quick overview. House Bill 477 is really instrumental in really making our state a much more education friendly, a much more parent and family friendly state. It essentially makes all-day kindergarten available to every student in the state, gives full funding for all-day kindergarten throughout our state. It's something we've been working on for a long time. There's a lot of people that have been working on this for a long time here, and we're just so thrilled that we could get this across the line this year. So thank you, Governor.
All right, we welcome the this amazing kindergarten class with us. Thanks for joining us. We're going to go ahead and sign this one. Yeah, I'm going to wait on Representative Spendlove. Okay, everybody smile big at this camera right here in the middle. This can right there. All right, thanks you guys.
Thanks, Governor.
I've been working on this for a long time. A long time. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations, you guys. Which one? Yes. Yeah. I'll get you. Okay. I'm going to take the prerogative just to talk a little bit more about that bill. I'm so grateful for Representative Spendlove, his leadership, everybody that worked to get that across. This is something that many who are here have been working on for 20 years. It's taken that long to get this one where it needs to be, and I just want to say I had a great conversation with Principal McNaughton about this. So they've had all day kindergarten here in this building for 5 years now. So this fourth grade class had it when they went through, and if it's okay, I'll quote you on this, Principal. The teachers, not just in first grade or second grade, but even fourth grade, can tell a significant difference between the students who didn't have it, so last year's fourth graders, and this year's fourth graders who did have it. It made that big of an impact. And he also said that there was only one parent who didn't want their child to have all day kindergarten this year, and about 2 weeks in, that parent changed their mind and decided that they wanted their student in all day kindergarten. So again, optional for parents and teachers, or for parents and families, but it is making a tremendous difference where it's been implemented, and we're excited for that change. So this is one of those historic things that I don't think got enough attention, and really just want to underscore that again. So thanks to everyone. Okay. Next up, HB 61. School safety requirements, another big one that I don't think got enough attention. Representative Ryan Wilcox was the bill sponsor. Senator Don Ibsen was the floor sponsor. Representative Wilcox and anybody else you'd like to join us.
Yeah, so law enforcement in the room, superintendents, Rich, everybody come on up. Yeah. Clancy was here, right? Come on, dude. Yeah. You don't want us to say.
I do want.
You do.
What do you want? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Talk about this one.
Okay. Thank you for a minute to talk about 61. This one, again, became a top priority. Wasn't actually on our interim list going into last interim session. And after the events in Texas, in Uvalde, all of a sudden went to the top of the interim list, where we started to have those conversations about how prepared we were and weren't, what we needed to do, what we needed to alter. Get up here, Karen. Goodness. Yeah, Susan. Anybody else that's like hiding, trying to stare into the radar? Like, please, yeah. Dan, Lincoln, you're doing that on the front row. Goodness gracious. But no, in all seriousness, this became our top priority very quickly, and was sort of a hard lift for our interim committees, right? To go through and recognize what those vulnerabilities were, and we quickly disillusioned ourselves with the fantasy that we could solve this in a year, that we could solve this in 6 months or whatever we had between May and November, and that meant a lot of extracurricular work, meant a lot of work for committee members that nobody knows about, that staff and the governor's office and DPS and sheriff's office around the state and our chiefs, who really put everything into understanding what we needed to do to make sure our kids were safe. And so we lucky here in Utah. I want you all to know, who are watching and who might see this, we're lucky in a lot of ways. One, that we have some of the nation's leading experts here, the people that train the people in the other states. There you are, hiding too, both of you, right there, second row. Come on. We have them here, and so we're able to leverage that expertise to protect our kids. And we unfortunately were also targets of an incredible hoax a few weeks ago, from a foreign actor. We know that now, who we have not arrested yet, but we're getting close, I'm assured. From another part of the world even, who pulled that off. That day, I was with UAC and Utah Association of Counties and several other legislators in central Utah when I got the phone call from the speaker's office that said, Representative Wilcox, there's an active shooter at Ogden High School, which happens to be the town I live in. There are 7 fatalities. Where are you? We need you here now. I was 3 hours away. And all of a sudden, all of those emotions were too late. We had just passed this. We know we've got holes. We know there are things we need to fix. We know what a lot of those solutions are. And we were too late. The bill hadn't even been signed yet. We didn't have time to do any of the implementation. And we hadn't figured out what else we didn't know. And it was too late. But within about a half hour, we believed that it was real, it had happened. And so we got the best possible drill that we could have had, because we all believed it was real. And so I want to introduce to you Officer Colton Johansson. Where's he at? Right here. He was our school resource officer at Ogden High School that day. And he was at his post where he should have been. When that call came in, he knew that school. He knew those bathrooms where the shooter said the shootings had begun. He was able to clear them within minutes, if not seconds. We were able to confirm because Ogden High School had integrated their camera system with the Ogden School, the Ogden Security, or I'm saying the office wrong, the Ogden Safety Center. We could see real time that there wasn't panic in the hallways. There wasn't a shooter in the hallways. Response time at Ogden High School was 3 minutes, which is incredible. It's incredible. We had 12 cars there within 3 minutes, with teams taking orders from Officer Johansson, who was there on site, knew the kids, knew the school, knew the teachers, knew how to respond. So for all the stuff that we weren't ready for, in a lot of ways, we had footage of an officer at Spanish Fork running, the exact opposite of the things that went wrong in the other states, running with his weapon to what he believed was an active shooter. A lot of things really went right. A lot of that training kicked in like it was supposed to. Agencies responded together, cooperated. There are definitely some hiccups and things to learn from, and we're going to do that, but we're starting the task force from this bill that the governor has already signed, and we'll do again, thank you. We're starting that task force this month. So we're going to be able to implement the things that we've learned, the good, the bad, everything, in a real-time, very real life scenario. And we're grateful for that. Thank you for your support. Thank to each of you. Literally nothing happens in the legislature from one guy. It's not possible. So thank you for each of your role in this. And again, this is the state school board on down. This is an all hands on deck thing. And we appreciate your commitment and recognizing that today. So, yep. Thanks.
All right, Senator McKay, would you line everybody up for a picture?
Okay, everybody. Vertically challenged in front.
I already am.
Come on in. We've got your 2 layers, so 2 layers. Come on forward. Come on
You go
forward.
ahead,
Susan, Tyler, come on up. Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Come on forward. Come on forward.
He wasn't kidding. Like, listen to McKay.
So I worked at Disneyland with Jungle Cruise, and I almost told a Jungle Cruise joke. How proud of you that I didn't. Come on forward, ladies. I like forward, ladies.
Jungle Cruise. That makes more sense, actually, than Mickey Mouse for him.
It does kind of fit.
All right. Representative Wilcox, where are you? All right, I'll give you that. Thanks. Okay. Excellent. Well done. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. All right, next up, HB 332, Fallen Officer Memorial Scholarship Program. Chief sponsor, Representative Officer Tyler Clancy, and Senate sponsor, Kurt Bramble. Representative Clancy. And everybody else gets to come up. Please, all of you. Mayor, please, we'd love to have you. Yeah, yes. Family, yes.
Well, it'll just be my honor to say just a couple of words about Officer Shinners. Officer Shinners was the officer that you wanted coming to your crucible moment. He was the officer that was compassionate, and he loved people. He's the officer that gave from his own wallet to buy hotel rooms and food. He is the best of what we are and what we stand for. So just a bit about him. Although he was awesome at being a police officer, a compassionate police officer, he was even a better father, husband, son.
Thank you, Chief.
I just wanted to add just a quick context about the bill today. I came in with 3 days, and so they basically said, well, you probably get one bill because we're done writing all of them. And I knew this was a priority. And behind me is Emma Skinner, whose father was Charles Skinner, who was killed in line of duty in North Salt Lake while chasing a violent suspect. And then this is the awesome Kaylin Shinners and her boys. And And really, the onus behind this is that we need to make sure that as a state, we recognize the families who are left behind, the families who also make those sacrifices, because without that, our quality of life, the way of life that we enjoy here in Utah, we wouldn't be able to have it. And so this bill is a $5,000 per year scholarship for children of firefighters and police officers who die in the line of duty. And it also, it's going to be administered by the Department of Public Safety. They're going to be called up by the Commissioner of Public Safety, and they're going to have members of either the fire department or the police department that their mom or dad served with. And they're going to just share some stories about how awesome their mom or dad was. And it's just another stamp on our state to make sure that we never forget those who gave the ultimate sacrifice.
Thank you, Representative. And thank you so much to those families, the amazing people who worked and sacrificed. Emma and Kaylin, thank you for joining us today and for your help in getting this bill passed. We'll have you come over here behind us. All right, we'll go ahead and sign these. All right, picture. Scoot up a little. There you go. Oh, this way. Yeah.
Closer this way.
Yeah. Awesome. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, next up, school absenteeism amendments. The chief sponsor was Dan Johnson, Representative Dan Johnson, Senate sponsor Ann Milner. Is Representative Johnson here with us? Okay, we're going to hold off on that one then. And we will move on to student behavioral health service amendments, HB 411. The chief sponsor was Karen Peterson and the Senate sponsor was Ann Milner. Representative Peterson.
Well, thank you. So this bill came to me because of conversations I was having with our teachers and our superintendents who said, we're seeing behaviors right now in our schools that we've never seen before, and we're concerned. And the biggest thing that we need are more caring adults in the building. And how do we get trained caring adults into our school building? So this bill does two important things. The first thing it does is it allows some existing state funding to be used for behavior specialists that our schools can then hire. And then the second thing that it does is it helps with our Grow Your Own program. So right now, a year ago in our state, when we started working on this bill, there were 72 openings in our state for school counselors, which means the school districts and the schools had the money to hire them, but they couldn't find people to fill those roles. So in addition to this bill, we appropriated $7 million that will help start to get more people to be school counselors and licensed educators. And so I'm excited about that component of the bill as well. Just super grateful for the people in our school buildings every day, what they do for our students, how they provide opportunities for them, and they ensure that they can be successful with the opportunities we're providing. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Can I invite your sister-in-law to come up?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We have a school counselor here with us today. Thank you. Thanks. All right, congratulations. Okay, we've only got 4 left. So SB 103, student graduation attire modifications. The chief sponsor was Representative Karen Kwan, and the House sponsor was Steve Elison. And I don't think either of them are here today, but we have some people that really worked on this, and we'd love to have you all come up. So for those of you who are not familiar with this one, this bill allows all public students to wear items of religious or cultural significance as part of their graduation attire. We had some instances, sadly, in the past where that was disallowed in some of our schools. And so with this change, we know that high school graduation is such an important time in the life of our students and their families. This is an opportunity for them to really celebrate and allow them to wear their important religious or other cultural attire at those things that connect families, histories, and cultures and communities across generations. So thanks to all those who worked to help get this passed. We're honored to have you here and excited to sign this bill on your behalf. All right, smile here. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, SB 180, private post-secondary education modifications. The chief sponsor was Senator Kurt Bramble, and the House sponsor was Representative White, who is here with us. Representative?
Governor and Lieutenant Governor and colleagues and friends, it's great to be able to be with you today as we celebrate education throughout the state. I've had the opportunity to be a part of the higher education community in the state for 20 years. There are so many wonderful and innovative and creative ways that education is being provided throughout the state. In addition to our public post-secondary institutions in the state, private for-profit and private nonprofit colleges and universities state also provide many wonderful options for students after they graduate from high school. Under the direction of Executive Director Margaret Busey and Katie Hart at the Department of Commerce and their talented team, they identified ways to be able to help college students to be protected from potential bad actors and to receive the educational experiences that they desire after they graduate from high school. So with the leadership of Senator Curtis Bramble and the Department of Commerce and many of the presidents and chancellors of the private proprietary institutions within the state, we're here to celebrate the signing of SB 180, which is going to be able to help celebrate and further educational access, as well as innovation, as well as oversight to make sure our students in Utah receive a first-class education. So on behalf of Senator Bramble, who unfortunately could not be here today, and I want to thank the governor, the Department of Commerce, and the president of Rocky Mountain University of Health Professions, and our chancellor of Roseman University for Health Sciences for being here today and for everyone collaboratively working together. Thank you.
Well done. Representative, there you go. Here's your copy. Okay. Okay, congratulations. Thanks, guys. Yeah. All right, 2 left. This one is one of my favorite bills. And I know we talked a lot about significant increases in funding for teacher salaries, but this one may have not gotten quite as much attention. So this is Educator Salary Amendments, SB 183. The chief sponsor was Senator Evan Vickers, and the House sponsor was Representative Stephen Lund, Representative Lund.
Thank you, Governor Cox. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Henderson. This is an incredible bill. And Utah, we are, whether we like it or not, we are an agrarian state. The agriculture is really important to us. And because of that tie that we have to agriculture, we also have a tie to the earth, and we also have an understanding that hard work is important. There is a saying in agriculture that you need to get the water to the end of the row. With respect to education, our very greatest asset in education is our educators, our teachers, and our staff. And with this bill, SB 183, Senator Evan Vickers, who was the Senate sponsor for this, under his leadership, he was able to move this through, and I was fortunate enough to be invited to be a part of it. This not only does it give educators and teachers an increase in their salary, but it also increases the WPU, which in many ways translates to staff and those who keep the lights on and keep the floors vacuumed, and we're grateful for them. We could not be the educational state that we are without public education. And unfortunately, sometimes we lose our very best teachers to administration. That's not a hit on administration, but we lose our very best teachers to administration quite often. And perhaps this will give us a little bit more incentive to keep teachers in the classrooms.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited about this one, as we're able to have this automatic appropriation increase when we add money to the WPU. Some of that's going to go straight to our teachers, getting it to the end of the row. You're exactly right, Representative. If you don't mind, I'm going to invite any current teachers or former teachers. If you've ever been a teacher, could you come up and join us for this picture? Is that okay, Representative? If you've anybody that's been a teacher before, come up here, because this is our chance. And any legislators that want to are welcome. Get those former teachers. I know you missed the classroom. Yeah. This is what I like to see. Look at all these. See what I'm talking about? Many of these people are not currently teaching, but they taught. And if this bill had been in place, some of them would probably still be teaching. So, okay. Make sure you can find a window for the picture. All right. We ready? Okay. Here we go. All right, Representative Lund, you back there somewhere? There you go. Okay, here we go. All right, a big round of applause for our teachers.
Yes, those two.
All right, last but certainly not least, Candace, Representative Perucci, and Benji, who's here with us. This is HB 163, Protecting Student Religious and Moral Beliefs Regarding Athletic Uniform Requirements. Representative Perucci.
Thank you, Governor. This bill is one that was 2 years in the works, and I am so glad to have the Utah Muslim Civic League here with us today. I was surprised that unfortunately in our state, we had students who were being told they needed to choose between practicing their religion and participating in athletics. And For a state that has such a strong and rich heritage of religious freedom, this was absolutely unacceptable. So this bill did two things. It empowered students to be able to wear religious headwear and clothing while participating in sports, and make personal accommodations for standards of modesty as well in their uniform. And I think this is really important moving forward, and not only inclusivity, but celebrating different religions across our state. So I appreciate the great work of Bill Duncan and the Muslim Civic League on this, and I'd love for them to come up for the picture.
I do that to you half the times. Yeah, sorry, I should have mentioned Senator Collimore was the Senate sponsor. There you go. Thank you. All right, congratulations. Well done. Thank you, everybody, for anything.
Governor just handed me the mic, as he does sometimes. I just want to thank everybody in this room for the work that you've done on behalf of all of Utah, the students of the state of Utah, our children, our future, but really it's all tied together. And there's a lot of these bills. As a former state senator, I would have never expected to see us enact all-day kindergarten the way we did. I would have never expected us to increase funding for teacher salaries the way we did. There are a lot of things that we did this year that were heavy, heavy lifts and many years in the making. And I want to thank the legislators who stuck with it. And those in the room, advocates, people who have a lot of experience, who have been probably frustrated for a while. We want you to know that we have heard you. We know there's continued work to do, but we thank you and we honor you for your patience, for your persistence, and for your dedication on behalf of everyone here in the state of Utah. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. I just want to conclude by underscoring that piece. So we work really hard in the state, and our legislators work really hard, and I appreciate that. And you know, it's just the 1st of May, and already you're on to the next 500 things, right? You're already in the not 600, Dan. We're 575 was enough. We're good. We go down a little, but I'm not sure we take enough time to really celebrate the good things that happen. And our society needs that. They need hope. They need to see that we can solve some of the biggest challenges that we're facing out there, and that we really are working on this. I hear from people all the time, why don't you care about this or this or this? And I say, did you know that there were 5 bills passed dealing with exactly what you're talking about? And they say, yeah, I had no idea. And so I know it's hard to break through the clutter, the noise that's out there sometimes, because the bad things get so much more attention than the good things. And so I hope that you will join us in sharing the good things that are happening. It doesn't mean we're perfect. It doesn't mean we're there. It's easy to tear down. It's a lot harder to build. And we are in a room full of builders right now. And I'm so proud of all of you. Thank you for building. Keep up the good work. Go and celebrate this beautiful day. Don't flood. And we hope to see you. We hope to see you all again soon.